Okay. All right, guys, what's up? It's your boy Modest Phillips, urban entrepreneur. I actually was going to be doing this video for my group, but I actually just, like I said earlier, I was just going to put it out to everybody because it's a good video, even for people who might not, know quite what trading is or might not know what Forex is. We're just talking about Forex right now. I know we do cover a lot of the different markets, but this beginning trading right here, we're specifically going to talk about Forex. Now, earlier I did a little video and gave a little bit of background and theory on, how I look at it and how I skew the market and different stuff like that. So I wanted to be able to take you guys on my chart and kind of like cover a couple of the questions and things that a lot of people be wanting to know when they first fit to get started in this market, right? So let's just run through a few things. Let's just run through a couple of things. Over here, I'm using this website called TradingView. This is actually something that allows us to see the currency pairs that we trade. This is a Forex chart. The pair that I'm looking at is Euro USD. As you can see over here, this is the currency pair, Euro USD. So it's first pair with Euro, and then it's based with USD, right? So we're finna get into all that. We're gonna go through all of that, right? So let's start from the beginning. I told earlier in the video about it's as simple as looking at it. If you were trying to go to another country and exchange your currency, meaning like if we were going to Japan, right, then a currency would be obviously the JPY. Now, if we were using USD, that would be the currency that we're trying to exchange. Now, the Forex market it allows us to make money by buying and selling on the global exchange market, right? It's the global market that allows the exchange of one currency or another. So if you ever travel or if you understand what I just explained, then that really should be like, simple to you and really open up for you, right? So next. So a lot of people ask, so how do we make money? What are we actually doing making money? When we, in this market, when we exchange, we're buying or selling this currency against each other, right? We're buying on the premises that USD dollar will gain strength or that it'll lose strength against USD JPY. So when you learn how to trade, the way you're going to make money is determining whether you should be buying or selling one particular asset at a given time, right? That's how you make money in this. You get what I'm saying? So just to wrap that up, it's very simple. The Forex market is a 5.6 trillion market. It does $5.6 trillion a day, meaning that's how much money is exchanged on the market per day. We're not going to get really deep into who doing the exchange and all that stuff because this is supposed to be a basic video, so we're going to keep it basic. But it exchanged $5.6 trillion every single day. And our goal here is to learn how to participate in this and to be able to, take a small piece of that so we can do what we need to do. Our next closest market is the stock market, which only move about let me write that out, $22.4 billion a day, right? So you got the Forex market, and a lot of people are more familiar with the stock market and like really never heard of Forex. So let's put stock up here. You got the stock market, which moves 22. So these two numbers compare, you can see the huge difference. A lot of people usually not familiar with Forex is. Like we probably seen similarities of what currency exchange or any of that stuff. Like say for example, if you were to go to Google and type in what is Forex, right? They say the foreign exchange market is a global, let me move this. Foreign exchange market is a global, decentralized, or over-the-counter market for the trading of currencies. This market determines foreign exchange rates for every currency. It includes all the aspects of buying, selling, and exchanging currencies at current and determined price, right? So the Forex market is by far the biggest market out of any of the markets, right? Like we can see that in the number size. So we learn how to trade this and we approach it, like any other skill set that you're approaching to learn. So in this market is open 24 hours a day. So time wise, we're able to trade. So now we're talking about when are we able to trade. We talked about what we're trading, how we can possibly make money in trading, right? And now there are certain times to be trading. There's the market availability is 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, which that being Monday through Friday. Market actually closed at Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then the market opens back up Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So it unlike the stock in the bond market, because the bond market closes at 3 p.m. every day, like the stock market and stuff. The Forex market continues to be open 24 hours a day. That's why you see the other markets have their pause and their end of day, but the Forex market rotates 24 hours, and we be getting into a little bit more about those specific times a day and how the day is broken down for people who come in to be able to trade the Forex market, right? So first, let's go back out of this. Let's go right into this. So I could just type it in for you guys. So Forex session trading times. All right, check this out. Oops. I spelled it wrong. All right, so Forex trading session times. All right, so what we have here is these are the times of the three exchange times where, depending on the currency you're looking at, might be the reason why there's more or less volatility with that currency or asset because of the session time that it is. So the first session that we got is the Asian session, which is the Tokyo session. For us, that session starts at because screw the time. I'll just give you the theory. I'm gonna give you my times. So I'm gonna write my times out. So let me give you the theory. It really is not important because it goes into how you view the market, what's the strategy that you use to approach it. But most likely, if you guys are going to be watching my content, you're going to be watching my videos, you need to know what times that I consider these opportune times to be. So for me, let's talk about the three sessions that we have. We have the okay, that's easy. I can write this out. We have the Tokyo session. We have the let's just call it Asian session, not to confuse people. So Asian session. Oops, you have the London session and New York session. There is a Sydney session, but we don't really do much fit. Don't even worry about that. So these are the three sessions that we pay attention to: Asian session, London session, New York session. So for me, let me give you my breakdown of how I look at the day. So for me, the market day starts at 12 p.m. right Eastern. That's my new day. So if you're rewatching the video, you might want to write this stuff down. So TP, I said TP, 12 p.m. 12 p.m. Eastern, right? So now what that does is that gives us an actual time that's a lot different than what the average time is looked at. But later on, you'll figure out why. So my Asian session, I'm looking at starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern to 12 Eastern is my Asian session. So this is the Asian session, right? This is all PM and this is all Eastern time. So no matter where you at, I keep it Eastern because it's going to make it simpler for everybody because all of us be in all different type of places. So we're just trying to keep it all congruent so it can be easier for everybody to comprehend and be on the same time. So Eastern time, 8 to 12 is my Asian session. After that, I have 2 hours that I'm prepping up into London. And most of the time I'm trying to be prepared before 1 because, depending on the economic calendar or things like that, might be needing me to be a little bit earlier. So that's our Asian session. So our London session is actually from 1 to 5 in the morning, right? So it's actually 2 to 5. It's actually 2 to 5, but I do a pre-London hour at 1 o'clock. So I just consider it 1 to 5 p.m. Eastern time at night. At 5 o'clock, depending on when I'm trading, I'm usually preparing myself for, New York, or I'm done trading and letting the New York, target set in, whatever the market decides to push. So my New York session is from 7 to 11, 7 a.m. in the morning to 11. This is the New York session for me. 7 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. Eastern. After that, I'm really not looking to take any trades unless there's relevant news on the pairs that I'm trading. But other than that, I don't look to trade outside of these 3 times right here. And like I said, that's dependent on a time that that's dependent on the actual currency pair that we're looking at, right? So um so if we were trading, let me give you a couple examples. So for the Asian session, it makes common sense that you could see some type of volatilities on pairs correlated or cross correlated with the Japanese yen currency, right? Because it's the Asian session. So you also get a lot of NZD volatility and Aussie Australian dollar, a lot of AUD volatility. So that's just an example of like how certain pairs can offer, maybe some opportunities in a certain session due to, how it works over there in their country. So with that said, I want to go back out of here. So, excuse me. We talked about what is Forex. We talked about the basics, the session times, and all of this stuff right there. We talked about how we can actually make money, right? So now let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go back out into figure out, go a little bit down into, how we're making the money and stuff. So you're not actually buying physical assets when you're trading Forex. So you're not actually holding anything. It's more of like, a digital asset that you're trading, right? You're putting your money into a broker and you're being able to trade through that broker, right? Thank God for that we got that available, right? So typically what we're looking at is when we're trying to determine whether we're going to be buying or selling the currency, it can be looked at from a few different factors. So usually a person is going to be using some type of analysis to come up with their decisions whether they should be buying and selling, rather if that's in the form of technical analysis or fundamental analysis. So let's talk about what technical analysis is. And then we talk a little bit about fundamental analysis. I'm not here to show you any technical analysis or any fundamental analysis on this video. We're just talking about how money or what people use to actually come to the point where they can decide what actions they're going to possibly take to put themselves in a position to profit, right? So technical analysis is a trading discipline employed to evaluate investments and identify trade opportunities by analyzing statistical trends gathered from trading activity, such as price movement and volume, right? So technical analysis is simply an approach that people are able to use, and it's in many different forms. You will see books. If you look on YouTube, it's all different type of YouTube videos. There's all different type of trainings, and it's basically just an approach of what people use to analyze price, right? There's many different forms of technical analysis. We're not going to really dive into that, but just think of it like this is like we're figuring out a strategy that we want to use to be able to analyze the market to figure out whether we want to be buying or selling. But the thing is, the technical analysis is more for us of what we see, like what we actually see, so we can analyze what the market is actually giving us, right? And now we're going to go into the second type of analysis, which is fundamental analysis. And I'm not a real big fundamental guy. I do have a few things that I look at fundamentally, but I'm not really a big believer in fundamentals. I'm more of there's certain fundamentals that I believe are, the cause of moving the market. But besides those, I don't really get into all the number crunching and all the stuff that you might see guys doing, but if that's you, if you're into that, then totally fine. If it works for you, then keep doing it, keep teaching it, right? So fundamental analysis is a method of valuing a security that entails attempting to measure an intrinsic value by examining related economics, financial, and other qualitative and quantitative factors. Video company earnings. Understanding a company's earning may help you evaluate a company's intrinsic value, right? So fundamental analysis are things where we're able to gauge it from basically you can view that too, but it's more of like looking at numbers, kind of gauging the status or the condition of a certain asset or a country. Like if you're looking at a stock, if something was to happen bad with this company, in the news and people started to withdraw from the stock, obviously that would have a negative effect on the stock, right? So that's a form of fundamental analysis. Right. So let me take you over to this real quick, just to show you. You might be like, so since we're talking about trading forex, what is the type of fundamental analysis that we can look at? So you don't really have to like worry about the details of it right now, but this is an economic calendar that we use, and you can see like it give us dates of time, like it give us the time and date, right, where the news is going to come out, and when the news come out, we look for them to potentially inject liquidity into the market to take advantage of whatever is going on economically. Now, if there's something going on as far as environmental or nature, like that's things can affect the market too. Anything that can anything that creates change, like good things create change and bad things create change. Like, if a country, if Tokyo was to have a tsunami, that would affect the Asian economy, right? So, but also if we, if the like our economy been going up for the last couple of years because of how we've been doing with our, businesses and employments and stuff like and employment rates and stuff like that. So these are fundamentals that's are easily accessible to people. It's something that you can just, prepare yourself for it to come out, and then you can add that with your technical analysis. And what we look for is whatever type of technical analysis a person use, they try to look for as many confirmations as possible together to be able to come up with the best decision that they can make in the market, right? So, like I said, there's different forms of fundamental analysis. I'm not a real big fundamental guy. The deepest I get into fundamental analysis is entry rates, COT, stuff like that, right? But there's people out there who, go to the stars and back when it comes to fundamentals. And that's not really for me. If that's what you're looking for, then all you got to do is go to a YouTube channel, or you can search for people. And there's plenty of people out there with amazing information when it comes to that, right? They'll take care of you. So, but for me, this as far as fundamentals go. And I got some other fundamental stuff that I look at, but this isn't the video for that. But this right here is enough. You're able to engage the currency that you're looking at, and you're able to add that with your technical analysis, right? So that's that. I just wanted to run over that because I've been getting that big question, a lot lately. Like, what do we do to make money, and how is it that we're allowed to make money, like with this specific thing that we're doing, which is trading forex? And so that's what I'm breaking down here in this video. So if you guys are actually watching a replay of this video and you're not really familiar with this is, and you might want to be taking notes on this and like just looking at some of these things that I'm looking up, and then you'll be able to find out the information that you're looking for. Right. So let's talk about the currencies, the major currencies. Obviously, we have a lot of countries in this world. Like, let's see real quick. Let's make it fun, right? Because I never looked up that. How many countries are in the world? So we got 195 countries or nations or sovereign countries. 195 in the world, right? But we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we got 8 major country currencies that we look at, right? Major currency pairs, right? So with those major countries is USD, Euro, Japanese yen, which is Japan, GBP, which is Great Britain, CHF, Swiss franc, which is Switzerland, CAD, which is the Canadian dollar, which is Canada, Aussie, which is the Australian dollar, which is Australia, and Kiwi, which is the New Zealand dollar, which is obviously New Zealand, right? These are the major currencies or the major countries that make up 85% of the market, right? They're responsible for moving the majority of the market shares, right? Their exchanges are responsible for that. So us being from the United States, obviously our currency is the dollar. So, when we're trading things that's paired with the dollar, we have a lot of benefits for that because with us being from the United States, stuff like tax write-offs and stuff like that. So, and it goes for every single country. Like if people in Great Britain, that means you can't trade a different country's currency, but there's just benefits to like, basically trading your own currency and learning your own currency and then going out to, play with other people's currencies. But those are the major currencies that we trade. So we basically look to trade in those markets. And you remember how I just broke down the session times. Depending on what currency you're trading, there's going to be different opportune times based on that currency and that time that match up, right? So that's that as far as the that. So let's go a little bit deeper into it. Let me go to get rid of that. I want to pull out a whiteboard actually for you guys, right? So buying and selling currency pairs. Forex trading is simultaneously buying and or selling of another currency pair. Currencies are traded through our brokers. Let me show you guys real quick. I gotta plug in my PC. 1 second. If you guys got any, hold on 1 second. Let me get out of this. Okay, we're gonna real quick. Now let's do it like this. Let's keep it basic. What is a Forex broker? What is a Forex broker? Right? Forex brokers are firms that provide traders with access to a platform that allows them to buy and sell foreign currencies. Transactions in this market are always between a pair of two different currencies. So Forex traders either buy or sell a particular pair they want to trade, right? So what a Forex broker allow us to do is to be able to take our money, right, and be able to participate in the global exchange market, right? They give us the platform that we can use in order to trade these major currencies that I was just telling you guys about. So without a broker, you have no way to be able to trade in the Forex market or any type of market. So that's basically what a broker is. It's a platform that we use. They allow, we, deposit our money. And, if I, want to deposit $100 and I have $100 available to me to be able to trade in the market with. And that broker allows me to do that. A lot of people might say, how do Forex broker make their money? Obviously, just like everything, even when you pull money out on the ATM, there's a little fee, there's a little commission or something. That's how they make their money, off commissions and fees, right? And they obviously, do their own participation and stuff. So they don't move the market. Don't let people tell you that. They're just a broker, right? So with that said, I just wanted to clear that up real quick because we're really focusing specifically on the questions that was based around, what are we doing to make money? How do we make money? What allow us to? So far, let's do a quick recap, guys. We talked about what Forex was. We talked about, what are we trading? We talked about how we trade. We talked about what allows us to trade. We talked about what do we do to approach the market. Now I want to go a little bit into, because this is like all of these tradings giggle is going to be real quick and basic because I don't want to like just throw everything down on people. I'm going to be doing different trainings for more advanced people, but obviously this is specifically for people who want to get to start understanding what is it that we're doing as far as in Forex. So before I end this video in a couple of minutes, what I want to end it off with, because I will do a part, a couple more parts to this. I'm just not going to put it all up in one video, and I want to be able to spread this out, and so people can actually utilize it, and I can figure out how to make it better, or get the correct information that people actually need to be able to get them better at their trading, or get that understanding for you. So before I end this off, what I want to say is, like I said on my video earlier, Forex is just an opportunity for you to be able to participate in the global exchange market. Now, it is a skill set. Just because I said you could participate, which can easily be done, doesn't mean there's nothing to learn. The average time I've seen people find success in Forex, like if they're really working, and obviously even saying this is kind of like every individual is different. But I tell a person like 2 to 4 years, and usually is what the time that it takes for a person to really hit their stride, find their confidence, and longer, shorter for others because of life and how things go on, right? But other than that, that's usually about the time frame or the timetable that take. And that's if a person is dedicated. That's if a person is working with a mentor, practicing, doing things when nobody else is watching, right? That's for a person who's doing that. Anybody else, it might take you 10 years. You still might not make money. You still might be trading, right? So what I really want you guys to understand is that, like, yes, this market is real. This is a real thing. Yes, there are people out there who are teaching people how to successfully make this money. Me, myself, like I told you guys earlier, I've been doing this going on 4 years. And I just been preparing myself. I wasn't, moving on nobody else's time and nobody else's clock. When I was ready to start presenting and producing content and helping people, then that's what I was going to do. And that's why I'm here doing that now, because I'm ready. You have to do things when you have to work and grind and get yourself ready to be able to do certain things. You don't move on nobody else's time, or you don't do it because nobody else wants you to do it. You do it when you're ready. You prepare yourself to be ready, right? So it's anybody can trade Forex. Forex doesn't require background checks or college education. It doesn't require any of that. All it does is require for you willing to learn, a dedication, willing to show up, right, and willing to even go far over and beyond on your own time rather than when you just on somebody else's time, right? It's easy for people to get on webinars and get on trainings and be up and show up. But what are you doing when you have the opportunity to put in extra work as far as to get your skill set to the next level? That's what's going to separate you from getting the confidence through your understanding versus you just continuing to chase money and trying to take trades, right? So with that said, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to upload this first video into the unit section, just like I'm going to do the other ones. Every video I won't be putting into the unit section. But since this is a basic Forex beginning video, it will be going into the unit section. If you're watching this from any other channel like YouTube, IGTV, or anything like that, then if you're not part of, let me show you guys real quick. How do you go to your groups? Okay, let me just do it like this. Okay, right here. If in this group here, right, you want to make sure you get in it. This is the group where I'm going to be. It's Warrior Entourage Global. It's a free group, but don't let free fool you. This is the group where we're going to be dropping a lot of the content. A lot of the announcements are going to be made, a lot of the moves, a lot of things that will be showing. This is the actual group where I'm going to be uploading these trainings. Also, on top of that, every training I'm not going to be putting on YouTube. I'm going to be doing different type of trainings, more advanced trainings, like chart markups, forecasts, and different stuff like that. So you will have to be paying attention to know where everything is going to be, because what I want you guys to interact, because you guys interacting gives me how I can be able to help you guys. So with that said, man, I hope you guys found this helpful. I will be doing part 2 tomorrow, and it's going to be way more. We're going to get a little bit deeper in. I just want to knock out the very, very basics of some of the questions that I've been getting so far. And that's basically how I'm making this content. I'm going basic and I'm going to go along slow. But as I get different questions, I try to focus on those questions and get those answered for people. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Once again, I'm Modest Phillips, the Urban Entrepreneur. This is Royal Entourage Global, and we hope you guys have an amazing day. Remember, protect your family, protect your energy, and protect